Sandy Rabney from theconsciousplate.com. I'm a chef, a coach, and an expert in teaching people how to enjoy real food and to have the freedom to do it without worrying about getting fat. And this is how to make the best healthy Super Bowl chili recipe. Today I'm going to show you how to make a chili with grass-fed beef and black beans. So let's get started. So I'm adding some extra virgin olive oil to this already hot pan. And to the extra virgin olive oil, I'm adding what's going to be our flavor base. It's a blend of onion, garlic, carrot, and jalapeno pepper that I've actually pureed in my food processor. Now we're going to cook this until it gets to be a dark golden brown. We really want to caramelize these vegetables because that's where our flavor base is going to come from. So I'm just going to let that sit with a pinch of unrefined sea salt. I'll give that a quick stir, and then I'm just going to leave it alone and let it begin to brown and caramelize. So I'm just going to check on our vegetables now and see how they're doing. You really want to give them enough time to brown and let the flavors develop. So I'm going to let them go for a while longer. So we're starting to get the flavor that we want from the vegetables. And notice, even though these vegetables will be cooking for a long time in our chili, I want that browning effect because that's what's going to give us the flavor. So it's not as though we're going to have raw vegetables in our chili because they'll have plenty of time to cook. So it's not about them cooking. It's about getting those sugars that are going to make this so delicious. Just going to give that another minute. We certainly don't want it to burn. I think that I'm ready to add my beef now. I'm using some grass-fed ground beef here. I have about 3/4 of a pound. And like we did with the vegetables, I'm going to allow this to brown as well. The reason why I've chosen grass-fed beef is because grass is the natural diet of the animal. And when you're talking about making healthy food, you're talking about using the most wholesome and nourishing ingredients. And I like to choose ingredients that are as close to the way nature created them as possible. So choosing meat from an animal that's been fed its natural diet is going to be your most nourishing, wholesome choice. Just going to give this a quick stir, and then I'm going to allow the meat to also caramelize. Just want to make sure that it's not sticking. Now, like we did with the vegetables, I'm giving the meat the opportunity to cook through. Again, this meat is going to be cooking in our chili for hours, so it's not like it's going to be raw meat, but we want to develop as much flavor as possible at the beginning of our dish, and the way that we do that is by letting everything brown. Oh, this is going to be so delicious. I'm actually going to add a little bit of sea salt now, and the next thing I'm adding is some organic black beans. You can cook them on your own if you'd like, or you can get them from a can. If you're using from a can, make sure that you rinse and drain them. And I've selected beans that have been cooked without salt and came in a can that was BPA free in the lining. So now we have our mix of vegetables, black beans, and grass-fed beef. Beans have been linked to improving our health in so many different ways. And now I'm going to add some chili powder and some cumin. I'm adding about 2 tablespoons of chili powder, and chili powder is actually a blend of some spices, and I'm using an organic chili powder. I'm going to add about 3 tablespoons of cumin, even though there's already cumin in the chili powder. I just like the way it tastes in the chili. And I'm going to add about a tablespoon of unrefined sea salt. I'm going to give that a stir. It smells so good. I wish you could smell this. And now I'm actually adding an optional ingredient. It's optional, but I really, really like it. I'm adding 1/2 of a Mexican beer to this mix. I just find that it helps to tenderize the meat and add some extra flavor. And this is going to cook for a long time now, so I'm not worried about tasting the alcohol. Lastly, I'm adding some organic strained tomatoes. And like our beans, these tomatoes also have not been salted. I'm going to mix this all together, and it's already coming to a slight boil. Just going to make sure that everything is mixed up, and then I'm going to lower the heat, cover the pot, and let the magic happen. For the best Super Bowl Sunday chili, I recommend making this on Saturday because that really gives the chili a chance to have the flavors marry. The longer ahead you make it, the better chance you have of the flavors developing and the more delicious it will be. There you have grass-fed beef and black bean chili. I'm Rabney from theconsciousplate.com, and that's how you make the best healthy Super Bowl chili.